Hello guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to do a nice little 10 ball drill for the Diamond Pool League by Fargo Rating. They're in Australia, my sponsors. So set up a nice 10 ball drill here. So here's the rules. It looks easier than what it is, but it's a really good pattern drill because you're having to go up and down the table all the time with a cue ball. So basically the standard rules is that you can't bump another ball, go in rotation. But for the guys under the rating of 500, your rules is that you don't have to hit the rail with a cue ball after making the lowest ball. But you must take the 1 through to the 4 in rotation. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. But after that, you can take the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in any order, as long as you take the 10 ball last. But remember, you can't bump another ball. For the guys over the rating of 500, the cue ball must hit at least 1 rail, and obviously go in rotation, and you can't bump another ball. So it's a really good pattern drill, really good for your cue ball control, and a little bit, it's tougher than what it looks. So we'll give it a go. Right, and guys, let's give it a go. So I'm going to explain what I'm going to do. And the first shot here, any type of shot when it's deep in the pocket like this, I see too many players trying to hit the object ball too thin, and what happens there is that you're probably going to kiss into the 7, the 10 or the 8 ball. So you need to play these a little bit fatter than it looks natural on the eye. So just let the spin do all the work. So I'm going to play this with bottom right and just play off centre on the object ball and just let the cue ball do all the work. I would have liked to have got a little bit closer to the rail, but it should be okay. And the key now is that I still want to get up table for the 3 ball, because if I just make the 2 ball here and come here, it's going to be very difficult to get to the 3 to the 4, but then it's going to be brutally difficult to get from the 4 to the 5. So I want to try and get as close to my work as I can for especially the first 3 or 4 shots. So in any game really, I'm always thinking, like, especially in rotation, I'm thinking 3 or 4 shots ahead all the time. So again, bottom right. Pretty good. Same again here, I just want to get low on that rail down there. So this time bottom left. That's pretty perfect. So when I'm playing these type of shots, I just always look just to get past the side pocket. So anywhere here, I'll be very happy. Leave a nice angle. So bottom left on the cue ball again. Again, it's a little bit fatter than you would normally, so you don't want to be them balls thin. I landed nicely on the 5 ball here. Remember, you got to hit 1 rail for the guys over 500. So this is all personal preference. You can play for the side pocket. If you're going to play for the side pocket, don't just use the 1 rail for the cue ball here, because you can come way too short, or you can come long, and then you've got a very difficult shot from the 6 to the 7. So you want to be trying to use the 2 rails and guarantee this angle here. So when you hit here, and this rail is going to come at this path here, which is going to give you a natural angle then from the to the 6 to the 7. So bottom right, just take that ball nice and soft, leave a nice angle. So now I can just play the 1 rail. I don't want to do anything silly because it's quite a bigger angle than I wanted to leave. So I don't want to be coming here, or trying to draw it and back off this rail here. So this is just 1 rail, just of top of the cue ball. No English really, just maybe a touch of left. It's all personal preference whether you want to play with any English. Definitely don't play with left English. So I've landed nice on the 7 ball here. More angle this time on the 7 ball than what I did the 5. So I'm not going to draw it and come here, because there's a good chance that I get the wrong side of the 8 ball because I've left a bit too much angle on the 7 ball. So here I'm just going to play the 1 rail, or you could play 2 rails and come this way for the 8, or you can play the 1 rail and come up in a straight line. I prefer just to play the 1 rail, just keep it simple. And the good thing when you're playing for the corners, it gives you a lot more options than it does playing for the side pockets. So again, I'm just going to remember the guys over 500 here for 1 rail. So I've landed straight here, which is not ideal. So to draw it back to this rail, I'd be hitting this point of the rail. So I don't want to be drawing it back in and leaving this type of shot. So I've got two options. Draw it here for the 9 in the side, which is not a bad option. If you've got a lot of cue power, you could go around the 9 with reverse English. But I'm going to keep it simple. Just draw it back off the 2 rails from the 9 in the side. Not too worried if I get straight. Got into the cue ball a little bit too much there, but it's not too bad. But remember, I've still got to hit that rail. For the guys under rating of 500, obviously you don't have to do that. So a little bit tricky because I think the natural angle is very close to a scratch in the corner. So I'm just going to punch this over. So I've got to hit this ball pretty hard because I'm using loads of angle. Worked out great. I'm straighten on the 10 ball, so I'm just going to pinch a little bit in the pocket, like that, draw back just to make sure I hit that rail. So it's a lot tougher drill than what it looks, but I like the drill because you're having to go up and down with the tail, you're having to think 2-3 shots ahead, which you should do anyway in any rotation game. But a really good drill. It's not too hard, not too difficult. It depends on what rules you're going to play. But it's a drill that definitely gets your attention, and very easy to set up and reset it up again. And I hope you give it a go and you're successful with it and improve your cue ball, and that's what it's all about. So I'll see you next time.